And I remember when there was supposed to be industrial action, you are on record on several occasions that you have averted by negotiating with the unions. Then why does it become a reason? Number two, you say there was delay in supply and delivery of medical commodities, especially drugs to hospitals. But on record, you have always insisted that there is enough drugs in a hospital. So why this, you are advancing a contradicting statements, yet you are doing under collection, and now you yourself, you have said on record, if the facility does not collect as per the FIF Act, it might not end up to be sustainable. That is my question one. Question number two, in Chepterway, and let me pick Kapsabet and Chepterway, Kapsabet, the newborn mother unit is yet to be complete up to now. So what is the implication of collection of this target that you are projecting? And number two, in Chapter Y, the project that you are doing is not yet complete or installed. Does it affect the projection of your revenue? That will be my question number two, Chair. Number three, I thought you have said, because I've seen your own source revenue report, that the collection of revenue has been automated. Is it true that in facilities that are mentioned from Kapsabet, Nandis, Metete, Kaptumo, Mosoriat, Kabiet, Chapter Y, do they have an automated system of collection of revenue? That will be my number three. And I hope, Governor, you are noting so that it is easy for you to answer. Let me finish with this, Chair. And I want to look at their documents which they are provided. Chair, this will be my final question, Governor, on the use of goods and services. I find it interesting in your expenses, which are necessary. For example, you in use and goods, that is not number 7 in your financial statements. And I hope your staff are kind enough to show you that is page 19, not number 7 on your financial statements. You did general expenses of 2.1 million. You went ahead and did printing and stationery of 4.5 million. General office expenses, you were 2.1. I hope chair members are noting this. And then you go ahead and do printing and stationery at 4.5 million. Then you go ahead and do computer accessories at 1.2 million. So when you talk about general office expenses, what do you mean? Because for me, and then interesting expenses, Governor, that you have done, you have catering of 3.4 million. So I assume people take chai and mandazi, with noting that in your financial statement, which belongs to the page in food and ratios, is 4.2. This chair, you are spending 3.4 million, which doesn't. Another expenses which I find it unfortunate is the health celebrations. I don't know whether you are. And then, Chair, that's why I will need convincing the sustainability of those. Chair, and I hope members will bear with me. Subscription, no, sorry, that is okay. You are spending almost a quarter of 800,000. You are spending on airtime, telephone, and communication expenses of 400,000. Chair, you now have visited a number of facilities, including the latest at Combe Dispenser, and they have a challenge with water. So all this, Chair, I have told Governor in your is understandable. The issue of fuel and oil. Clerical error came, by the way, because you are saying fuel and oil for transport 2.6 million. You say fuel for production 815,000. So, Chair, I have total unnecessary expenses comes to around 12.2 from general office expenses, catering, health. And I have found an interesting thing, Chair. Outsource consultancy services. 176,000. Who are these people? Mean you have professional? Does it mean Nandi County and your chief officer of health is here? Does it mean Nandi County lack? Is why you are outsourcing consultancy services, where you are paying in one financial year 776,000. So, Chair, you can look in unnecessary and unfortunate expenses. It comes to more than 13 million Kenyan shillings, which comes to almost half of pharmaceutical supplies of 26 million. That is why the governor has argued that there is delay. Governor, what is the justifiable reasoning or spend these 12 million in health celebrations, in general office expenses, in computer accessories, in airtime, in professional consultancy? And Makwiny, I will assist by guiding you that when you talk about catering, there is already a provision of food and ratio, which I assume this is one is being supplied to the patients of 4.6. Even if you are to say doctors and nurses are consuming 3.4, they are almost consuming the same as the patients, yet the patients are much more. So that will be my third and final question. Shall I yield the ground?
There were so many questions. I don't know whether, Governor, you are writing down all of them.
But I requested, Chair, if you had, I requested him to write it down.
Chair, I think that, and maybe we just need guidance, analyzing the details of a budget was not an audit query. If we needed those details and the Senator wants those details and the committee
Chair, on point of order, on Article 229(4), it says the Parliament shall consider.
Kindly allow me to talk. You have had your bite.
No,
please.
No, Chair, can I ask so that
just give order? Let Governor respond.
Yeah,
and then I will give you a chance to reply again.
So, Chair, when we are invited into a forum in this committee, we come specifically to address ourselves to specific questions and specific issues. Details of analyzing the, item by item of the budget, there is a whole process of how a budget is arrived at. It's not a decision of the governor. The budget is not done by the governor. It is done by various institutions, including public participation, including the county assembly, and therefore the details of those discussions of this one and this and this, if then the senator needs details on those ones, and we are communicated in respond, so that we can be able to give specific responses to each of those questions. But really, if you look at what we came, the audit queries, we are here to respond. If we allow that kind of questioning, then, I might then require to have a whole team, but also in what the senator has raised, valid as they are with us in writing, we can be able to respond to all those issues. But really, it would be fair that we are able to deal with audit queries as such, and, on the basis of what I was invited to come and respond to, than really to go on, on a mission that, again, I am able to respond on top of my head on those issues. Yet, we have a whole team and a whole process and a procedure how budgets are done. I may even find when a budget is done, even if you have concerns as a governor that maybe this should have been, that is why it is, we provide a budget that goes to the assembly, it goes through based on the input of the public and the budget finally is approved. It may not be exactly what the governor had provided for. So really, let's just be fair so that it doesn't look like this budget is drawn exclusively by the governor. And if we want to have a discussion on the budget and, the entire budget line by line, I think a better forum, should then be availed so that then we can have that discussion. So, Chair, I think let's just be fair in terms of what needs to be responded.
I think what Senator Cherargei was doing was that the query on budget and performance, it showed there were variances between what was budgeted and what was actually spent. So what he was trying to analyze is actually the financial statements that and linking it to that query. That maybe the expenditure was varied from the budget because of the transactions that are listed here. So I think